hello and welcome back to the Rusty Ferret podcast. I'm here in the dye shed, trying different backgrounds, and this might work. Also, I'm standing up, so I feel a bit more comfortable when I'm talking standing up. I can fiddle a bit more. I'm not quite sure if the lighting's right, so stick with me, and I hope that, one, you can't see how cold my breath is, and two, it's not too echoey. I'm hoping that the mic's ignoring the echo. I could just speak like this. Also, this is far enough away that I'm not going to smack it, hopefully. But yeah, so welcome. Happy 2023. New Year and all that jazz. I am one of those weirdos that is a bit like, not New Year, new me, but New Year, start the cycle again, start a bit fresh again. It does just feel like the old year's like a bit of a release and it's gone, and we can move forward into the new year. So with that, let me show you that I've been dyeing some stuff. So let me just grab it. I've got it hanging up and I'm going to show you one by one, or grab it all. Some of it's still wet, so yeah, let's see. So I've been back dyeing. That's exciting. As you can see, can you see? There is a mound of yarn here. I can't really move that. That I have had kicking about in my, what's the word? Like inventory, undyed inventory for a while. It might be like a single skein of, let me see. There is some single skeins down here. Like I've got a skein here of Ultra DK 100% Superwash Merino. One skein. There's some mohair, there's some merino cashmere nylon. It's ends, bits and pieces. So I've decided that I'm gonna use all of this yarn to just get myself back into like a creative rhythm with everything. I'm gonna move this. Yeah, just get back into a creative rhythm with everything. I have been really burnt out. My creativity, say that with a Scottish accent. My creativity has been at an all-time low, and I'm really struggling to see all the beautiful colours and things that I used to do. And I'm going to blow my own horn here. I've been looking at old colourways, and some of them I feel like, that's really good. That's really good. So hopefully I can get back to there. Anyway, so Mark's suggestion was to dye some solid colours. I've never really had a consistent run of solid colours. I have done bits here and there, but never like, these are my staples. Yeah. So this is what I've got so far. I mean, I'm not, as you can see, compared to this, I'm nowhere near finished. But I have these, and I don't know how well these are going to turn up on camera, so we're just going to go with it. I'm going to leave that one to last because it's my favourite. So I dyed a brown. I don't like brown. It's not my fave, but I know a lot of people do like brown, and this is a really nice, do you know what, we're steaming up with the cold, guys. Is it cold or is the lens dirty? Hang on. I have a t-shirt. I'll just give you a clean up. Are we going to unfog? Are we going to stay foggy? Is that better? I'm not sure. Maybe the dye shed in the midst of winter was not my best idea. Hopefully that doesn't fog out. I'm going to step a step back because I think it's coming off my breath. Okay, so I dyed a brown. It's a very chocolatey brown. And yeah, it's nice to have a color. I'm so in the way of doing colours that I really love, so like purples, pinks, blues, etc., that I don't tend to do colours I don't love, which is really bad business. So brown, pink. This is a nice pink. It's a very pastel-y pink. I think I'm gonna have to take pictures of these to pop in the screen, just to show you their true colours. I see your true colours shining through. Yes, pink. Lilac. This reminds me of my gran. My gran loved like lavender. cute. There's this blue. I really love the blue. Very sky bluish. And then there's the green. This is all my dreams in a colour. I'm going to need to make a jumper out of this green. It's just glorious. It may make me look ill. Who knows? Who cares? I love it. So yeah, these have all been... Oh man. These have all... I'm saying oh man because there's a bit that's been missed. You see that? These have all been dyed so far on double knit superwash merino nylon, so 75-25. I'll check a bag. No, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. I can do maths. And it's going to be nice to have some DK kicking about. This will be nice for socks because it's so cold. Jumpers, cardigans, hats, cowls, you name it. You can do it. I do also have a red in the sink. I will quickly grab it because it's going to drip everywhere because it's wet. Hang on. I have this red too. It's really pretty. So yeah, that's the red. It smells like wet wool, funnily enough. So yeah, so that's where I am so far. I am just enjoying kind of puddling again and just seeing what colours kind of do what, and I'm going to work up to like the madness again. I have also set myself a challenge. So I don't know if you all remember one of my very first colourways called Eldritch. It's this beautiful like electric purple colour and I adore it. I will insert a picture here. And that dye is a pain in my ass. It would either work perfectly, great, it would work perfectly, you think it was all set, you'd wash it again and it would bleed everywhere. Not good. Or you would dye it and it would just bleed and never stop bleeding, so it would be crocked, which is like when the dye particles stick to themselves and it just bleed. So I have made it my mission this year to figure out how to get this yarn consistently good. Not bleeding, not gonna bleed. Yes, I'm gonna bleed. So that is this color here. Wait, I maybe shouldn't have put my laptop beside this thing. So this is the first skein here. It is still, there is, you can't see, there is some, yeah, you can't see that, there is still some dye coming off that, and that's not good. So first skein, not the best, but for a year-long challenge I think we're gonna get there because that is the best it's been ever. So look forward to hopefully some original Eldritch in the shop at some point in 2023. There's no freaking Wi-Fi out here. We have bought a thing to extend the Wi-Fi out to the shed, and hopefully it'll work. I will report back. It's this thing, right? So inside we've got our router, which is plugged into the wall for power. So what you do is you get this plug. I'll link it down below. Will I? No, I'm going to try it and then I'll tell you about it. So you get this plug and you plug it into your wall, and then you plug your router into this plug. Then you take a similar plug and plug it to where you need to have extra internet. Then you plug that into, say, with an Ethernet cable, say, into your PC, or what we're going to do is plug it into a second Wi-Fi router that we've got, and then you should technically have better internet of a bigger area. And it goes through your like wires, your electrical wires, and to be honest, it just sounds like witchcraft, and I will believe it when I see it, if that works. I'm looking for the names of my projects. Okay. Yeah, so hopefully I will have Wi-Fi out here, because currently this is an absolute dead zone. Oh, I should say that your electric has to be on the same junction box and things, so that might be a problem out here, because there is a secondary junction box out here, even though it does go from the same box in the house. But if not, we'll stick it in the conservatory and it should read out here. Read out here, reach out here. Okay, I have the information I need. Okay, are we still steamy? I apologize if this is still steamy. We're okay. I think we're okay. Are we? Is it my glasses that are dirty? Because that's also a possibility of why this looks cloudy to me. Okay, so a quick rundown of what I've been making, and that'll be us for the day, I believe. So as I was saying before, our library / council people are doing a collection of knitted items, secrets, and they're called COSIE BOSIES. So cozy meaning cozy, and a bosie meaning a hug, and it's going to be they're going to be knitted items gifted to people who need warm things. And I've been cataloguing my stash. Did I tell you that the last time? I'm not sure. I literally dragged out my entire yarn collection. I'll put a picture of that in here. And photographed it all and put it all in an Airtable spreadsheet so that I can see absolutely everything that I've got. I also stock keeping unit it, put which box number it was in so that I don't have to rake through every single box to find what I'm looking for. It has been wonderful. Highly recommend if you have the time. 10 out of 10 would enjoy. But yeah, I found in my stash I had a heap of drops from either ends of samples for the shop when I had the shop. I also had a heap of Martin, my brother-in-law's wool, when he moved to London. So I've just been knitting up some hats. So this is the Hat and Yak. I'm just going to read it off my phone because my brain's not really working today. So this guy, the black one, is the Hat and Yak by Andra Asars. And I believe this is just the 0815 hat, which I think was Purl Soho. No, that's the wrong hat. Hang on. Oh my god. Absolute deviant. Inside out knit. Oh, yeah. Purl Soho. Okay, my apologies. This is the Inside Out Knit Hat by Purl Soho. Inside Out knit hat because you knit it like you do knit. As I said, secrets. You knit it all the way around, and then you actually, the wrong side is the right side. It looks really weird, this one, because I wanted to use up all this yarn, but I had yarn left. So it looks weird, but I thought with a wee turn up it might look cute. It looks like a pencil, doesn't it? It looks like a pencil. But yeah, so those are being added to my COSIE BOSIE pile. I really like this hat. Oh, it's a bit tight for me. I feel like I'll work down at the harbour fixing boats. Yeah. Yarn-wise, my brain is going 20 to the dozen. I'm feeling like I'm trying to be a bit more authentic on here. So you might find that my brain's all over the place. But this yarn was Drops Loves You 4. And this one is Drops Andes, one of the super chunky ones. Good value yarn, nice to work with. The few things that I've made garment wise have pilled like nobody's business. So something to be mindful of, but not pilling as in it looks awful, just like it does pill quite a bit. Yeah, but a good value yarn, I would say, especially for hats and things. The other thing that I'm working on for the COSIE BOSIES in Drops Alaska is a cowl. I don't even know how to show you this on the needles. A cowl. It looks like this. And this is one of the cowls from Purl Soho again. Oh, let me check the name. I should have like a big teleprompter. Oh, can't remember my passcode either. Good job, LJ, good job. Yeah, Bandana Cowl by Purl Soho. And I'm hoping to use up all the yarn. I hate when you get left with like a little bit of yarn. What do you guys do with this? I hoard it and then don't know. I'm desperately trying to finish off balls of wool. So yeah, this is going to be something cozy, snuggly. I have a cowl. It's the Brioche cowl by, oh god, I'll put it on the screen up above. I like this under my jacket when I go out with the dog, even if I have a shawl on, because it kind of covers my chest for my asthma. It does that. Oh, cute. But yeah, again, nice pattern, nice yarn. I don't know what to say about it, apart from I can't wait to not have this yarn in my stash and donate these things to people who need it. Drunk. Ugh. I have wool in my tea. Better than dog hair, I suppose. Right, so the last thing I have been working on knitting wise is this cowl. It looks so small. I haven't blocked it yet, so we'll come back on whether it's really small. Anyway, but this is the Birds and Ships. Hang on. I literally just checked as well. Oh my god. Yeah. So this is the Birds and Ships cowl by Caitlin Hunter. Knit in Rusty Ferret. Kids Rainbow. So I'll tell you about the yarn first. My voice is echoing off the pans. I'm sorry. This yarn. This actual skein. In fact, two of these skeins. In fact, I will put the picture if I can find it. Why do I keep moving that way when that way's better? My darling children, friends, Ivy and William, dyed this yarn for me when I was babysitting them one day in the shop. They chose where the colours went, which colours, and I did all the stuff. So the two original skeins, I gave one to their Auntie Jessica, and I kept the other one. Their Auntie Jessica is a fantastic crocheter, and I can't remember what she made. It was years ago, but she made the most beautiful thing. And while I was cataloguing my yarn, I found this. And I really wanted to use it to make something for the kids' mum, my friend Hannah. So she is a dog person, and I thought a cowl for when she's walking the dogs. So I really like this one because I liked how it was knit. You start with a garter stitch tab from the bottom, down here. And no, that's wrong. That is incorrect. You start with a garter stitch. Oh my god. So you start with a garter stitch tab at the back here, and you diagonally increase so that you're getting down to a point. As I said, it's not quite blocked, so it doesn't look very good. But I thought that would really show off the colour really well. The colourway really well, and I think it has. I think the colourway looks really good with it, and it's got like a nice bit of lace up the middle just to give it a bit of interest. I will say this has turned out much smaller, like size wise, than the picture. I haven't measured it or done a gauge swatch or anything, so it could be a me problem. But yeah, it's a lot smaller, and I would also say some of the things in the pattern weren't the best explained. I'm one of those people, I can do really complicated things as long as you've kind of held my hand just a little bit. So the lace panel was charted, also written, but there was nowhere that said about what to do with the edge stitches. I had to just kind of, what's the word? Because I do have that experience, I knew that there was something, you had to do something with the edge stitches for it to grow. But there was nowhere in the pattern that said every row you do, you remember your side stitches and your increase, blah, blah, blah. Well, hello, Edit LJ here. Video LJ is not doing a good job of explaining what I mean by this. So I have the pattern in front of me. So what I mean is there are both written and charted instructions for the lace panel up the middle. The written instructions give you the full what you need to do with everything. The charted instructions are only for the lace panel up the middle. Patterns I have previously used have mentioned in the little paragraph before it says you can follow the chart or you can follow the written instructions, normally say blah 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 for the edge stitches. So do this every row. But it just kind of says, so it says you can follow the section 1 chart on page 3 or simply follow the written instructions below. And that's it. There's nothing about what to do with the stitches that are not in the chart. And this sounds really dumb, but those are the things that really throw me off. Like, it may seem really obvious to folks that obviously that you can read from that, but like I get in this weird panicky headspace where I'm like, what do I do with these stitches? Oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing. And it takes me ages to just sit down logically and figure it out. Which, is that a me thing or a pattern thing? I mean, like, I know everybody has different ways of writing stuff, but for me, I prefer just a little bit more explanation. Not that I need my hand held like I said in the video. I just need like a little bit more. Anyway, back to the video. So I'm not sure if I would recommend this pattern, but it does make a nice cowl, so fingers crossed. I will show you this once it's blocked. I'm not going to put, there was a tassel on the thing. I don't think Hannah's a tassel person, so I'm going to keep that off. But yeah, really pleased. But, and this is where my issue is, with it's a lot smaller, is I have this much yarn left. What am I going to do with this much yarn? I was thinking of making something for the kids, but I don't know what. I was only meant to be 100 grams left, and this is certainly not 100 grams. Hang on. Let me get my jewellery scales. In Dundee, these are called drug dealer scales because they do really small increments, just to let you know. I have this for dye. Yeah, 64 grams left, which is almost half. So that's only used, maths, come on. So 64 grams, that's only used 40. Yeah, so that's not 100 grams left. So I don't know, maybe it's a gauge thing for me. You just know when you do something and you're just, it could even be you, but you feel a bit disheartened with it because it's not quite what you thought it was going to be, and you're like, maybe in like a month's time I'll feel differently towards it, but for now I'm a bit like, ugh. Last thing I want to talk to you about is what I mentioned to start next, because my neighbour gave me this yarn. She was like, can you use this? And I was like, yeah. So this is it's from Hobby, Hobbi, and it's a Cotton Kings Twirls. The color's 43. I believe it's 100% cotton. Yeah. 200 grams, 800 meters. Beautiful. And I was like, oh, thank you. I feel this needs to be a giant crochet granny square top. So like a can, huh? So a big square for the front, a big square for the back, and then join it together at the shoulders and the sides. I'm hoping this is going to be enough. She says she has more, so if I need more, I will scrounge from her. No, I will buy it from her. But I think for summer and that, or just generally, it would make a really cool top. I think I would start with, I'm very particular about yellow being close to my skin, even though, what? So I'm not sure which, I'm like looking at it going, I don't know, is it going to take a full skein? Probably. To do one is what I'm thinking. So do I start on the outside or the inside is the question. Because I'd like them to match, but that's not going to happen at all, is it? Unless I have two. And then we're going to have the issue again of like, if I have two, am I only going to need one? Is there going to be more yarn left over? We don't need to have to add any more yarn to the stash. It's just a whole thing, isn't it? Like, is this just me that feels like this? Like, when I knit something and finish something, I ideally want to have no yarn or like 10 grams of yarn left. I don't want 60 grams of yarn left, especially when you've promised me that it'll use most of my yarn. I shall send her myself. But yeah, so that's my plans for this. I think it'll be really fun. I'm excited to get started once I finish this cowl. And yeah, that's absolutely everything I have to share. I feel that was like an absolute tornado of an episode. I apologize. I'm really trying to show up and be consistent, even if it's not amazing. I'm still learning when it comes to the video stuff. I understand that my descriptions of things need to get better, and I'm maybe not good at like talking about projects and things, but I really like showing them to you. So I'm really practicing, or really trying to just show up and just do it. And I think by just doing it, I'll get better, right? That's the thing. If you've gone this far, thank you. I will say that I have a planned update for the 30th of January. Oh my god, end of January. My new bed comes on the 1st of February. That's another story I'll tell you in a minute. So I will have, I'm not putting any pressure on myself to dye like a certain amount of yarn. I am just playing. So whatever gets dyed from this box, will end up on that update. I don't plan on doing any old colorways, because I am trying to like just reignite the spark. So there might be some, if you put a request in, I'm happy. It's so contradictory. I am happy. No, come on, say that properly. If you would like me to dye an old colorway, please just give me a shout. I'm always happy to do that. But what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to play with things a bit more. So these could end up being colorways that I don't repeat, or I improve upon, or I change completely. It's all about the experimenting. So I suppose one could say they're limited edition. if you enjoy that kind of thing. Yeah, so I'm gonna go because it's getting colder out here. I should have done this earlier, but I didn't because I was cleaning. The story about the bed. So for my Christmas, Mark and I's Christmas, 8 years ago, I was gonna say like 4 years ago, 8 years ago when we first got Oscar, Mum bought us a new bed and mattress because our old mattress was done and we were sleeping in a double bed. There just wasn't enough room for 2 large humans and 2 dogs. No. So we went to IKEA because we were of that student era and got an IKEA Super King bed. The only Super King bed they had was those Malum frames that are like 2 inches off the floor, which was fine. Loved that bed. But as Mark's chronic fatigue has gotten worse and I have gotten older, getting off that bed, it's hard. And we've been talking about a new bed for a while. But as you know, IKEA Malum stuff tends to be a veneer with some chipboard and some cardboard inside. And I did repair that bed when we lived in Dundee before. The bed was then taken apart to move, obviously. And you're not really meant to do that with IKEA furniture. We built the bed. The mattress was buggered, but we glued it back together. Saving money, all that kind of thing. But literally, Hogmanay, I sat on the end of the bed at Mark's side and the bed fell through. I didn't jump on the bed. I didn't throw my butt on the bed. I literally just sat on the bed to take my inhalers and it just went clunk. I'll put a picture in because you maybe can't envision that. The dog just looked at me like, you just broke the bed. Oh, so we have been sleeping on the floor on the mattress. We did, however, go into Aberdeen and get a new bed. We didn't do the sleep like log thing. We went to Benson's for beds. The lady there was amazing. So we have a new bed coming. It is so tall that my leggies don't touch the floor, which might be more of a problem as I get older. but we'll deal with that when we get there. Yeah, so I'm excited. It's got storage underneath. It's not 3 feet off the floor, 3 inches off the floor. We've got nice mattresses. Nice mattresses. We've got a nice new mattress coming that's like for old people. And well, 30-year-old old people. Late 30-year-old old people. We all get to that stage, don't we? And I've got a nice new pillow. So I am excited. And yeah, that was my bed story. Yeah, not shaped. Yeah, so I'm gonna go. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know what you think about this setup, about me standing up. Do you mind seeing the microphone? I don't know. Could the lighting be better? I think the lighting could be better because my face looks really dark because I'm being lit from the top. I should have brought a light in to do my face, but anything that bugs you, please tell me. I do want to learn. Yeah, so I'm gonna go and hide inside. Actually, one last thing, I spent my Christmas money on a UV gel lamp light, so as a treat for doing this, I'm gonna do my nails, but I need to edit this first, so I'm gonna go because I'm excited to do my nails. I love you all so much, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.